So it looks like when he was 17 years old, his dad wanted him to do some. First, he was already a third dan in judo. So because his dad also loved the martial arts, so he had. It looks like he had a dojo in his house, and because his father was very wealthy, was a well-known doctor and very wealthy, so he would invite famous kendo or judo teacher at his place, at his home, where he had a private dojo. And Shorr was already a third dan in judo, and he was quite a little arrogant, and he was young, but his father was worried that he was too arrogant. So to calm him down, he said he heard from his high school teacher that there was a well-known teacher called Ueshiba, and he offered his father to introduce him to young Shorr. So he got a letter of introduction, and he went to visit Ueshiba Sensei. And apparently when he went there, he didn't believe what he was seeing. So he went on the mat, and he tried to attack Ueshiba Sensei with a kick. And he said, this guy never used his foot, so he's probably weak with his kick. So he tried to kick him, and Ueshiba Sensei flew him away. And he got a headache on his head, so from the next day he decided to join the dojo, and that's how he became Deshi. You know, apparently first he joined because he was still at school, so he would come every day after school and come back. But he did that for a few years, but he just realized that whatever how much hard he would train, he would never reach the same level as the Deshi. So he decided to stop school and to join Uchideshi. And he was Uchideshi for 8 years. During the war, Ueshiba Sensei retired and went back to Iwama. And and all the Deshi went to war, just disappeared. And after the war, when he came back, for a short time, he went with his family. He went back to Iwama to train with Ueshiba Sensei for a few months. And after that, since he had a family, he had to leave, so he went back to Tokyo, and he became a salaryman. He worked for a company. So he did that for a few years. And after that, there was, because just after the war, there was, martial arts was forbidden in Japan. And even the Honbu dojo was used sometimes as a dancing hall for the GI, for the American military. So, and there was no, you couldn't teach really martial arts. But sometimes in early 1950, I think, there was a big gathering of martial arts. And Shorr Sensei did a very good demonstration there. And he attracted the attention of the politicals or wealthy bankers and things like that, who decided to sponsor him and to open his dojo. And that I started, that's how Yoshinkan started. There was no Sensei course, there was a police course. When he started the Yoshinkan, he would travel in all over Japan and go to the police and train with the judo or kendo people. And that's how he got recognized, and the police asked him to train the young recruit. So he was, there was no Sensei, and basically the Uchideshi would train together with the police, and they would repeat that many times. What would happen is that you take okay for the senior instructor, and move to the rank. And when Kancho is feel that he's ready, we just call you. He just sometimes during class he would just show you. Very often he would during a class he would just call Jacques and he just show you for a while, and you see how he react. And after that, the next day in the demonstration, he would call you. Actually, not every day she would say the same thing. Generally, before demonstration or something, nobody could sleep because they were scared that that would be the last day So because we will put their life in line. So because during demonstration, yes, Shorr Sensei was very, very scary. Very scary. So you will have to really be ready and very committed. So if he felt that you're a little afraid or a little back, he would just ignore you and get somebody else. So you really had to really be ready for that. And also, so generally you need to be at least fourth dan or something, and really, if you really feel that you're really committed. What happened in 1990 is that there was a lot of activities with foreigners, because there was Fred Dance was there, Mark Baker, myself, so there was a lot of good people there. And me personally, and also there was nothing for us foreigners in the dojo, because you would come to train, and everybody had trained for many years and we had a lot of experience, but there was nothing really for us. We couldn't teach, we couldn't do any position, anything in the dojo. It was just for the Japanese. So I thought it would be a pity to have all these good people around, and it would be good to see them do something for the home, for the dojo. So I just went to talk to Shorr Sensei, and I said, I would like to help, and it's time to let Yoshinkan. Oh, thank you. It's time to get Yoshinkan, the good thing in Yoshinkan, to be known overseas, and we can help in this way. And he was very, very receptive. He said, "Oh yes, please, you should go ahead, and I will support you." And that's how we came with a plan for the IYF, and we started the instructor course and all these activities there. And also, it was just the right time, because Shorr Sensei was getting older, and until now his policy was he didn't want the Yoshinkan to be big like the Aikikai, because it was not necessary, because Yoshinkan was a sponsor. So he had sponsor, so he received money every year, so that was enough to pay for all the instructors, for salaries, for the operation of the dojo. So it doesn't matter if there was a few students or many students, for him it was the same. So, and he was just interested in having a strong technique, a good technique, and good people around him. He was not interested in really spreading Yoshinkan. But when he got 75, he was getting older, and he said, yes, it's time to spread Aikido, because they should not be just for Japanese, they should be for everybody, for the world. And he started to be a little more philosophical. He said that it's time to use Aikido to make better people and to make peaceful world. And so let's open. So it was just the right time, and we had the right people there.